welcome back to another episode of Pooches at Play.
This week we have some amazing tips and great advice.
From everything from nutrition advice, products and services to help your dog.
Even if you're not a pooch parent, you are going to love the show.
That's right. In fact, my mum thinks it's the best show on TV.
She might be a little bit biased, but after the show, check out the website, poochesatplay.com. That's my mum's favourite website.
Well, that's because I write all the articles.
Yeah, it's probably that. Come on, Bosco.
Come on, Bosco.
The Maltese is an ancient breed in the toy dog group, one of several small Bichon dogs found around the Mediterranean for thousands of years. The exact place of origin is a mystery. Ooh. Many historians pinpoint Malta for the development of the breed, but conjecture includes Sicily, Egypt and southern Europe from Spitz-type dogs, so the mystery remains. Hey, Harvey.
Oh, he wants to go to you, no worries. The Maltese, like little Harvey here, are generally, aren't you, gentle and affectionate with a cheeky, mischievous character. Bred as companions for royalty and emperors throughout history, it's no wonder they often expect and are spoilt rotten. Because the Maltese thrives on human interaction, they are lively and fast learners, and they're easily motivated by anything that they deem is appropriate reward. If they're not socialised properly early in life, and often due to their small size, they can become reactive and fearful of other dogs and people.
The silky coat of the Maltese requires regular grooming to avoid becoming matted. They also have a tendency to have tear stains on their faces, so daily cleaning around their eyes can help. They are considered to be one of the hypoallergenic dog breeds, as they do not shed too much and have a life expectancy of around 12 to 15 years.
The Maltese are very intelligent and active dogs that need to be challenged physically and mentally. Alert to anything suspicious, they do tend to bark a lot, but this can be helped, with proper and early socialisation, obedience training and adequate exercise, don't you think? Most of the behaviour issues I see in the Maltese can be generally directly linked back to owners not setting those clear boundaries or reinforcing attention-seeking behaviour and generally not meeting the mental and physical needs, which can lead to anxiety and other problems.
The Maltese is a small dog with a massive personality and make great companions in most family and living situations. They need to be watched around young children though, as they need to be handled gently.
If they're not, you might get a nip.
Yeah. They are one of, if not the #1 most popular of all dog breeds, and they expect to be involved in all family activities. So leaving them alone all day without company does not bode well for these guys.
No, it doesn't. From a health point of view, the Maltese is generally a very sturdy and healthy breed. Like most other small breed dogs, dental disease is an issue though with many Maltese, so you'll need to keep on top of this with daily brushing and regular dental cleans. The Maltese is also predisposed to allergic dermatitis, which commonly manifests as paw licking, patellar luxation, which is that movement of the kneecap, and a congenital liver condition called a portosystemic shunt. So to get a quote from Bow Wow Meow Pet Insurance specific to this breed, or to cover your own dog from illness or injury, visit their website.
And if you'd like to find out more about the Maltese and if it's compatible with your lifestyle, check out the Bow Wow Meow Breed Selector tool on the website as well.
That's right, always research your breed.
Yeah. Well done, Harvey. Who's this?
This is Zach. Zach's nearly 14 at the end of this year. He's a beautiful doggy. Yeah, he's a dear old soul. Yeah, he's been with us through a lot.
He's gorgeous. Where do you guys like to go in Brisbane?
Melly Drop, this cafe we're at now, is great.
Yep.
On the north side, there's a really great spot at the Powerhouse Park where they've got a fenced dog area, and that's really popular with locals that live around Tenerife or New Farm. And from there, you can walk for even maybe up to 5 kilometres around the river, through New Farm, through the city, the Botanical Gardens, and walk past a great new brewery development that's under the bridge called Felons, which is fantastic if you've got a dog. And then a bit further north, where I live, around Gordon Park, there's a great off-the-leash kind of dog area, which is called Kedron Brook Floodway, and it's fantastic. If you've got a dog, you can even go for a couple of kilometres with your dog off the leash, go running, and yeah, so that's a really pretty spot if you live locally north side.
And of course where we are now.
Yeah, and now, the Kangaroo Point's beautiful because there's a lovely park area at the end, and again, river kind of walkways, and yeah, lots of friendly dog cafes in Brisbane, so I've frequented many of them.
Do you have much trouble taking your dog to cafes in Brisbane?
Not really, not these days. Cafes are getting much friendlier for dogs, and especially if there's outdoor seating areas, they provide like water, and especially Melly Drop's a great cafe, the one we're at now, and even around north side there must be easily half a dozen cafes I go to often that are really happy to have dogs there, and so not really these days.
Well, thanks for coming to Melly Drop.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah,
Get
nice
coffee
to meet you.
Yeah, likewise.
The African wild dog is one of Africa's most effective hunters, yet they're classified as endangered with less than 5,500 remaining in the world. I'm here at Melbourne Zoo to find out more about this species and how Zoos Victoria is keeping them enriched. Lucas, how similar is the African wild dog, or not, to our domesticated dog?
Yeah, so although they're both descended from wolves, there's actually a lot of really important differences between the two. A massive one is that African wild dogs haven't been domesticated and they're not going to be. So it means in a lot of different situations, they're going to respond really differently. So to different stimuli, whether it be like how they respond with their environment, how they interact with people, and yeah, especially how we are going to work with them. We've got to always make sure that we are distinguishing the two and treat them as their own species.
And what's led them to be endangered?
There's a lot of things that's going on in Africa. So a large one is disputes over land. So often farmers can potentially be killing them out of a concern for their livestock. They can get diseases from domestic animals. A lot of habitat destruction has really minimised the amount of area they can use. So without those resources, that the populations can't sustain themselves, and all of that contributes to lesser numbers.
Right, and they're a really social and highly intelligent animal, aren't they? What's their social structure?
Yeah, so they're one of the most social canids. Generally, the group size varies a lot, but it can range from 2 individuals up to about 30. And there's generally in that group there'll be a dominant male and female who are the primary breeders. They're really interesting how they interact. They've got really complex social structures, and they've also been known to look after each other as well. So, old individuals or potentially injured individuals,
yes.
They'll actually make sure they get enough food to prolong them. So it's not necessarily once you're weak, you're out.
Yes.
They really do a lot to maintain the social group.
Being a wild dog, being in an enclosure, I know Pet Stock Assist help fund an animal welfare office, so this must be really important.
Yeah, absolutely. Monitoring welfare and constantly improving it is a really integral part of what we do here at the zoo. All of our animals, we need to make sure they're always in the best possible welfare state. So having that additional position is a really amazing resource to make sure that we can continue to critically assess what we're doing and constantly improve on it to make sure we achieve the best possible outcomes for animals.
We know our domesticated dogs need environmental enrichment to keep their brains and bodies moving. What do you do with these guys here?
We have some really variable enrichment programs for all animals. With the dogs, we've got to make sure that we're always providing a lot of different enrichments that's going to stimulate various senses, so lots of different enrichment into their enclosures.
Yes.
So whenever they come out, there's always something new, something novel, something exciting for them to explore.
Nice.
It's obviously a much smaller area than they would be in the wild, so we're making sure we're always keeping that environment nice and variable. So we give them a lot of different types of toys within their exhibit. So things like we give them a big plastic balls with holes in it. It's really hard plastic; they're not going to chew through. It's always safe to use. But we'll put treats in that, and then they can push it around the exhibit. And then the more they engage with it, the more they get out of it. And then we try and give them a lot of different variable toys to make them exhibit behaviours that they would in the wild.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you.
All right.
If you'd like to find out more about the African wild dogs, visit zoos.org.au, and to find out more about the Pet Stock Assist program and how you can get involved, visit their website. Thanks, Lucas.
All right, thank you.
The paralysis tick is found along the east coast of Australia and can kill a dog if left untreated. However, many dog owners are still unaware of the threat that this deadly parasite poses.
No, paralysis ticks are no longer just a problem in Queensland. Ticks are found all the way from the Cape York Peninsula to Lakes Entrance in Victoria, everywhere east of the Great Dividing Range.
As paralysis ticks can cause serious and potentially fatal disease, if you live in or have visited a paralysis tick area, it's important to know the symptoms to look out for.
The earliest signs of tick paralysis might include vomiting and wobbliness when walking, but that quite quickly progresses to complete inability to stand and severe breathing difficulty. Dogs with severe tick paralysis can't move at all, and they also suffer respiratory failure, and that's what causes death in these pets if they're not treated and the paralysis tick is not found.
Even with no symptoms, identifying and removing ticks is essential.
It's challenging to identify a paralysis tick. There's a fair bit of variation between individual ticks, and there's not a lot of differences between paralysis ticks and other ticks that you might find on your pet. So the safest thing that you can do is, if you find a tick on your pet, take the tick and your pet down to your local veterinarian and have them identified by a professional.
Protecting your dog in the first place, however, is key.
You can protect your dog from tick paralysis by doing 3 important things. The first is to search their coat daily, run your fingers through the coat, and when you feel a bump, split the hair coat and have a look for a tick. Ticks can be found anywhere on your pet, but 85 to 90% of them are found in front of the shoulders, around the head and around the neck. And this is where you've got to focus, most importantly, when you're searching for paralysis ticks. Number 2 is to keep your property quite clean. You know, ticks are carried by native wildlife, and the more overgrown bushes and leaf litter you have on your property, the more attractive that is to bandicoots and possums, and the ticks will drop off those native animals and potentially get onto your pets. The most important thing we can do to protect our pets from tick paralysis is to use an effective tick control product all year round.
A monthly chew like NexGard Spectra can protect your dog from the paralysis tick, as well as other ticks, fleas and parasites. So make sure your dog is protected year round, no matter where you live.
Not everyone is in a position to own a dog, and those that do know that some of the biggest challenges can be making sure your dog gets enough exercise and human contact during the day, and that's why I think dog share is such a great concept. Jess, tell me more about dog share and who's it for?
So dog share is for dog owners to connect locally and help one another out, or it could also be for a neighbour who doesn't have a dog but is keen to offer some free assistance. We know that dogs need lots of exercise and companionship, and this is a really great way of letting dog owners tap into that and make sure that these guys are getting all that they need.
Yeah, it actually sounds like a match made in heaven. How does it work?
So dog owners and helpers sign up and create a profile for themselves. Within their profile, they can select what kind of arrangements they're looking for and let people know of their availability. We then vet each application for safety, and then you can connect with locals, you can have conversations with them online first, and when things are feeling right, then it's time to organise that first meetup at the dog park.
What made you start it?
So as you can see, Duke here just loves companionship, and we found when he was a pup that he also had some pretty high exercise needs. And we were able to get that from a neighbour. We teamed up and the neighbour was able to walk 2 dogs of a morning while I walked them every afternoon. It meant that Duke here got twice the amount of walks, and he also had a really trusted social playmate that he could enjoy his time with.
Yeah, that's great. How big's the need for this?
Quite a big need, actually. So over the last few years, we've had almost 24,000 people sign up to the website.
No way.
And you might actually be surprised to know that in some of our bigger cities, like Melbourne and Sydney, particularly in the inner suburbs, where, as you can imagine, there's lots of high-rise apartment living situations, we actually have a really big demand on the helper side of the service, where we see a lot of people that are living in apartments or have busy professional lives and can't have a dog of their own, but are really keen to get involved.
Yeah, they really want that connection.
Yeah.
You know, they probably can't have one. And what does it cost?
Registration includes a once-off joining fee of $20 and then the very low cost of $9 per year for dog owners and helpers.
Get it?
Yeah.
It's nothing. Now, what happens if you're a dog owner that's not confident? Because I know Lara walks dogs, but she's a trainer. Like, she looks after a lot of dogs. What do you do for people like that?
So we'd highly recommend getting in touch with your local trainer. They're obviously a great source of knowledge and can help you to really read and understand your dog's behaviour and be more confident and capable in walking dogs, and then come back to us and volunteer.
You know what, I think if you're a dog owner, you'd be crazy not to sign up. So check out their website, which is dogshare.com.au. You can sign up, check it out. Yeah, thanks, Jess.
No worries.
Thank you, Duke. Friendly little boy.
Loves a tummy rub.
Yeah, your dog loves any kind of rub.
Cats are highly intelligent animals, and like our dogs, they need to be kept mentally and physically stimulated. Bored cats can tend to overeat and oversleep, which of course leads to them becoming overweight. So a great way to really mix up their day and keep them moving is with some training. Yes, you can train a cat as well, can't you, buddy? So what we want to do is we want to use treats, because unlike dogs that respond quite well to praise and pats, cats tend to need a little more convincing, and treats is a great way to do that. So choosing a natural treat, of course, meat is the first ingredient, no preservatives, nice and healthy, and no more than 10% of their total calorie intake is really important. So what we want to do is remember that cats really do not respond at all to punishment. very well. If you punish your cat or yell at your cat or they find things a bit too stressful, you'll find that they will run away and probably hide under the bed. So we don't want to be stressing them out at all. We want to make it really short sessions, no more than 5 minutes. We want to make sure that we don't leave their food out all day so they're not grazing, so they're nice and hungry when you bring out those treats. So they're really incentivised to get into the training regime. Now, you can teach your cat to sit, you can teach them all sorts. I've seen a cat actually skateboard. But with Buddy here, we're going to keep it quite simple and we're going to teach the shake. So the way we do it, like we would with the dog, is we hold the treat in our hand, and what we'll probably find is Buddy's sniffing away at it, but because we want the paw to come up, we hold onto the treat, then release it the moment that Buddy starts showing me the action that I want. Yes, good boy. What a good boy. As soon as they give us the action that we want, we immediately release. You can mark it with a yes or a clicker like you would for dog training as well. And then that way they learn that the action is getting them close to their end goal, which is with the treat. So as we go along with the training, we want them to get better and better. So you hold on to the treat a little bit longer until they're really moving up that paw and giving you a real shake or a real high five. Yes, good boy. That was a good one. To find out more about training your cat or for any other cat tips and to find out about the Ep8 treat range, visit their website. Well done, Buddy. Yeah. Hey, you want to go for a walk now? Knowing how to take care of your dog from puppyhood through to its senior years is not always easy. That's why I wrote my new book, Eat, Play, Love Your Dog, to help. From food and nutrition to creating a bond, addressing common behaviour problems, to caring for them into their senior years. It's the ultimate guide for every dog owner. Available in all leading bookstores and pet stock nationally. Visit poochesatplay.com for details. Dogs need a diet high in protein and fat, as well as small amounts of fruit, vegetables and other ingredients. Ideally from quality ingredients and minimal processing to deliver the essential vitamins and minerals they need as naturally as possible. There can be a big difference though between the promises on pack and what you actually are feeding your dog, especially when it comes to the nutritional values, as Chris from Big Dog Pet Foods explains.
The difference between meat and meat meal is quite extensive actually. They're really nothing alike. Meat, as everyone knows, is meat. It's nice, it's fresh, it's ready to go. When we're talking about meat meal, and you will see this on the labelling of some pet foods out there, but really that is a byproduct that has been exposed to incredibly high temperatures and totally denatured. Fruit and vegetables are important in the dog's diet as well, but really what we're chasing there is fibre. It's truly essential, but we're also chasing the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants, and also the moisture content. The moisture is very important in a dog's natural diet. That's really what carries the vitamins and minerals throughout the body. From a vitamins and minerals perspective, having raw, fresh quality there is absolutely essential.
Ensuring your dog has a complete and balanced diet is vital, with the minimum nutrients for dog and cat food set by the National Research Council and regulated by AFCO in the US. Highly processed, dry and canned dog foods have to add synthetic vitamins and minerals back into their food to meet these standards. However, Big Dog is the first Australian commercial raw food diet to receive the AFCO accreditation naturally, and did this through feeding trials. They also achieved this using 100% Australian-sourced products, including their salmon from the Huon Valley in Tasmania, locally grown organic vegetables, meats and other ingredients from right across the eastern seaboard. So how does Big Dog ensure their food is kept safe and fresh and each serve is complete and balanced?
The food's kept safe and fresh in our process right from the first stage that we receive it. So there will be an inspection process, and then once that product's passed through our factory, we use constant temperature control to keep the raw ingredients fresh. We have 2 metal detectors set up in the factory. One's an in-process metal detector, and we also have the second one, which is a finished goods metal detector. It's just another line of defence really to ensure that we have some sort of protection there from metal.
Big Dog also chooses to deliver their food in frozen patties to avoid the use of heat or artificial preservatives.
There are other methods of preservation out there which involves heating the product. Unfortunately, once you start heating the product, you're going to start knocking around the nutritional levels of that food. So you're really denaturing the product, which is really is defeating the purpose of raw diets.
It's important you know and can trust what's really in your dog's food. Start with the ingredients list and then look for real fresh meat at the beginning. If you see anything that you don't understand or are unsure about, then you should be able to contact the manufacturer and ask them to explain the ingredients they use and why, just as you can with Big Dog. You might even get the founder and CEO, Chris, on the phone.
Here at Big Dog, we believe in full transparency. We don't want your dogs just to survive, we want them to thrive.
Just like humans, our dogs and cats can suffer from stress and anxiety, which can impact on their immune system, lead to behaviour problems and other health issues. That's why it's so important to identify anxiety in your pet as early as possible and find some solutions to help. The Adaptable products for dogs and Feel Away products for cats can help to keep them calm in situations they may find stressful. Each product is species specific, so it can't be picked up by humans and other animals. Adaptable releases pheromones that mimic the chemical that a dog naturally produces, like a mother dog does to her puppies, to provide a signal of security and comfort. Feel Away does the same for cats. Using these products for your pet may help them to feel reassured and relaxed in challenging situations, reducing signs of stress and anxiety. The Adaptable range includes collars, sprays and diffusers for dogs and puppies that can be used in different situations and environments. The Feel Away range includes a spray, diffusers and Feely Scratch that helps to redirect cat scratching. You can find these in your local pet stock store and ask a staff member to help you choose the right product, or visit the Adaptable and Feel Away websites for more information. They work on you. Become a Petstock Rewards member and earn rewards on thousands of products and services store-wide. Receive great upfront benefits and look out for exclusive member opportunities. Terms and conditions apply. Visit the website for details.
Would you like to win a Pawsome prize pack valued at over $2,500 for you and your pooch? One lucky winner will win this amazing prize, including a year's supply of VitaPet treats, Big Dog pet foods, NextGuard Spectra monthly chews, and DGG grooming products and tools, as well as a $250 Petstock gift card, Lexi and Me memory foam bed, and a brand new DGG wardrobe. Two runners-up will also receive a $500 VitaPets treat pack each. Simply tell us in 50 words or less how your furry friend shows their love for you. Visit the Pooches at Play website to enter. You know, Morgs, I'm always learning something new when we do this show.
Imagine how I feel. You're the expert. I'm just some guy who's really into dogs.
If you'd like to find out more about anything you've seen, visit the Pooches at Play website.
That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. We definitely enjoyed making it, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, sweet. Now, I don't want you telling Darcy that we snuck away for a walk,
Darcy
all right?
knows.
Well, did you tell him?
We did have a chat. I don't know if it came up.